So welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is one suit here in Thailand, which is Friday, and a bit of a chilly and cloudy one for me, about 29 degrees, etc. And very cloudy. I've been out to get some water, and yeah. So for instance, but it's not the best of days. It's I've seen some for about 20 seconds. Really weird Thailand, etc. when it's cloudy. So don't know if it's going to rain, but a few black clouds over there. Yeah, so great for running, unfortunately, my calf muscle. So yeah, but it's also King Bhumibol today, Father's Day here today, but he's the late king. They've got the new son, he's now the king today, but he's the late king, and he was called the father of the nation. I've got a picture of him up there, and yeah, so for instance, and it's Father's Day, so they recognise father. So, but it's a long weekend, it's another day off. So they have a lot of holidays in Thailand, and they're getting, I think they announced 2 more yesterday. Yeah, lucky. Anyway, so it's Friday. I was going to talk about the player ratings, but I'm not going to do that because again, ran out of time really because of these games, and I did have a rant yesterday, which I do apologise. Unfortunately, I need to get it off my chest, as it were, because I think the disrespect Man City get is just unbelievable. It really is. LB did a fantastic show, a chat about Chelsea fans and how disrespectful Chelsea fans, because I was having a go at Jason Cundy and not even turning up yesterday to the sports bar and manning up, and Chelsea have been so disrespectful, etc. Disrespect towards Man City. Oh, they conceded 2 goals. They could have lost to Leeds. Then go and drop half a dozen players, etc. Go to Leeds, showing total disrespect just because they beat Barcelona. They had a good game against Arsenal, so they'll go and drop half a dozen players against Leeds and get absolutely shafted. So congratulations to Leeds, just basically showing them up. And the disrespect was we're getting as fan base because we're conceding goals, blah blah blah. It's just ridiculous. And Erling Haaland, there was I think it was the Leeds fan this morning talk about how the fact that they had Erling Haaland in his back pocket didn't stop you losing, did it? And the fact that was Man City were all over you. Should have been about half a dozen, 6-0 by half time. So, and the mere fact that we let you back in, etc. But we still won the game though. Didn't stop Phil Foden, did you, Mr. Leeds fan? And the disrespect to our club is just amazing by the Southern-based biased media, left-wing, woke British sport 2-tier media, which gets right up my nose. And so for instance, and it's wonderful to see. But anyway, but I'm not going to do the player ratings, but I've done it. I put it on the thumbnail yesterday. But I think overall, you can't blame it. I'm not blaming Donnarumma. I don't for the goals. I'm blaming the fact that, for instance, we're just not fit. We're playing up against physical sides, and tomorrow's going to be physical. I got another test for us because they are physical. They're not technical. They're physical. Sorry, another. Oh Christ. So for instance, busy noise. We're not physical, and we're massive. Not physical. We're technical, and again, for instance, and from what I've seen of Sunderland, etc., they're a very physical team, and so we're gonna, and this is where Man City, could trip up a little bit, and so when we need some steel in our midfield. I think it's our midfield we're dropping when we drop back, etc. It's not the defence. I'm not going to criticise the defence. The mainstream media can talk about Nico O'Reilly and Nico Gonzalez not being proper defenders as much as they goddamn like. That is not the reason why we're conceding goals. I think we're conceding goals because we're conceding midfield. And we're conceding midfield because we're putting out one-man shoulders Nico Gonzalez. So, and I think, for instance, when we definitely knock off Nico Gonzalez and brought on John Stones, just, we need a Rodri back base there, or we need a Kovacic. And I think once we do get them back, etc., to help out Nico Gonzalez, etc., I think, and basically we're doing too much for this guy at the moment, and I think we need to. That's where we're conceding goals. Going through the whole thing. It's not the defence, it's not the mid, the wing, the left back and right back, etc. It's the midfield. We're conceding too many in the midfield. And it's against physical sides, and this is what they are at the moment. They're very physical, these sides. So that's where I'm holding our what's it called? Where the L at the moment is Man City. That's why we're conceding so many goals. But I do believe Man City, just with the Etihad, with the technical ability, because I think Sunderland are a good team in good form. Where they play together, they play for the shirt, but they are not prime. They're not, here this massive level. The mainstream Southern-based biased media are going to sit there and talk about it. I watched the game against Liverpool. They were playing okay against Liverpool. But Liverpool are a bad team at the moment. So, for instance, a 1-1 draw, for instance, probably about right, really. But again, they could have. They could have won the game. Sorry, just close the door. So yeah, they could have won the game, but again, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so let's have a look at a few things. Okay, so let's have a look at for the game, etc. So we host Sunderland at the Etihad at 3 o'clock on Saturday, 6th December. It's the first time for the Black Caps has been to the Etihad since Pep Guardiola's very first Premier League match in charge of City, all the way back into August 2016. They've since spent time in the second and third tiers of English football before a dramatic playoff victory last spring saw them back in the top tier. With the help of the up-to-date we're looking for. Okay, on recent form, given their freshly promoted season, Sunderland flying, they have 23 points from the 14th game, meaning they're currently sitting at the cusp of the European qualification spots. But again, everybody is at the moment, even the Rags. The run has included a win against Chelsea, no surprise there, a draw with Arsenal and Liverpool, with the last of those coming early in the week. Right, having not sealed their promotion until the playoff and made host of sweeping changes, it's remarkable since Markle's return for Sunderland from the Stadium of Light, as they do not play as if they have nothing to lose against City this weekend. No, they're not going to come to City with a fear factor at all. And I think I think because Man City are so wary of Sunderland. I think because Man City are so wary of Sunderland, I think Manchester City are going to be on our guard against Sunderland. So I do think that, for instance, we're going to be, we're not going to take the Sunderland for granted. You'd probably say Leeds, as it were. And I think the crowd are going to be up against it as well. So they're going to take it. We are going to treat this game as a very, high-end game, as it were. So I think the players are definitely going to be up on their toes, etc. I know we got Madrid next week, etc. I'll talk about Madrid in a minute. It seems like they play a 5-4-1, 4-2-3-1, or a 4-4-2 in the last three outings. Robbie Ruloff is a goal. It has become something of a cult hero on Wednesday, as Wayside already, while Dan Ballard and Omar Aditi has formed a partnership in front of him. The midfield pairing of experienced former Arsenal man Xhaka and energetic youngster Noah Sadaki has been the centre of everything you have done. So the likes of Alonso, Enzo Lefi and Kemistai Tabazi are asked to get forward in support of their central striker, which is often Wilson Isidore. But former Ajax man Brian Robbery has been growing more and more involved too. The manager has a lot of influence from France in the likes of Arsenal winger and Gerard Houllier, the most notable names of coaching perspective. Regis Lebris is the season making his name for himself with a job, and has a good job at Sunderland so far. He's 49 years old. Only previous senior managerial experience before moving to Sunderland Stadium Light has been at Lorient. Again, so he's doing very well considering he was an unknown coming into and Sunderland have taken a chance on him, etc. and it's paying off for them. However, clearly adaptable superlative in the English football have led Sunderland to promotion on of his last season as an excellent start to this one. He's only one of two managers in the Premier League currently experienced their first year as the main man, alongside Brentford Keith Andrews. So far has a win percentage of 42.9% and the points per average of a game of 1.64 numbers ahead of him. Head-to-head record: City have won 18 of 26 Premier League games, scoring 56 goals. Right. What's the goal? We have never lost in the Premier League at the Etihad against Sunderland in 11 meetings, winning 9 and drawing 2. Only Newcastle 20, West Brom 12 played more games at home without winning against than the Black Cats. We've also won 24 or 26 Premier League games against promoted sides, which with our last such defeat coming home to Leeds in April 2021. How they scored their goals. Sunderland exceptional so far has not necessarily been built on attacking prowess, but their 18th goal so far scored in the 13th best in the Premier League, while their XG of 12.3 is the second lowest in the top 5. It is the same story in the first half goals, with 5 so far, the 19th best in the Premier League, while 13 after the break and the 7th in the best in division. They carry a significant aerial threat from their 5-headed goals to date, and the 4th best in the league. Goals can also come from anywhere on the pitch, having registered 10 different goal scorers so far. In terms of build-up expected to the match consists of 542 matches per game, the highest in the league, and Sunderland's 369, the lowest in the league. Okay, so while Isidore is the top scorer with 4 goals, while Bromley, Liffey and Tabia only have 2. Also, 2 defenders, Ballard, who come forward for every set piece undoubtedly. With forwards, Xhaka is only 1 behind division leader Bruno Fernandes and Mo Kudus in terms of supplying teammates. How they defend: for Erling Haaland, this game represents a potential new victim. Norwegian has scored against every single club he has faced in the Premier League. However, only let 14 goals in so far. Sunderland's defence is one of the best in the division. In fact, only Arsenal and Crystal Palace have let in fewer. Right. Okay. They have conceded many more chances. That would suggest, though, with an XG on their goal of 18.7, placing them firmly mid-table. Meanwhile, City hope to have accurate range of shots. Sunderland have allowed 212 shots on their own goal, which is the second worst in the division so far. So there you go. So I think Erling might struggle against their defence because of their big men and the big physical. He might struggle, but I think he'll let in the chance to fulfil and for Tiana on Shirky, etc. For instance, shooting. As for fouls committed, only City United have done fewer fouls. In their 137, so you would expect them to be free-flowing and counter. Goalkeeper Rolf is adored by Sunderland fans, and has good reason. He has 78.5% save percentage in the best in the Premier League so far. It's going to be a tough game. It really is. Everything says about that. It's going to be a tough game. Let's have a quick look at the, for instance, injuries, etc. Sunderland have got Abi Diarra remaining sidelined with a long-term groin injury, while Dennis Klikin wrist, Leo Hayed Achilles, and Ali's shoulder are lacking match fitness. It also remains to be seen if any of the trio will be selected for the match day squad. Leo Briss reverted to a 5-man defence for the midweek draw against Liverpool, and are likely to stick with the same system against Man City, with Charlie Human and Renato Mareva operating in wing backs, either in the central defenders, Nordic Mweki, Daniel Ballard and Omar Alute. Granit Xhaka, who has lost more games at Man City, 15 out of 18 than any other opponent in his career, and expected to link up with Noah Siddiqui in central midfield, while Brian Robbery, who was handed a Premier League start against Liverpool and hoped to continue up front, but the Dutchman faces competition with both Wilson, Isidore and Uzil Mane. Okay, expected starting lineups. Sunderland, Rolf, Humes, Mareki, Ballard, Andretta, Ronaldo, Xhaka, Sadiki, Tabis, Isidore and Lefi. City, I expect the same. The rest of the Dunram, Cousinovs, John Stones, Guardiola, O'Reilly, Gonzalez, Reinders, Cherky, Foden, Doku and Haaland. Right, okay, so he's got to go with the same. He's got to go with the same as what back for Cousinov, for physicality. But again, he hasn't had much game time. Would like to see him coming on in maybe the second half. What's it go to show things up, get a bit of physicality in the second half. What's it go if we're winning? Cousinov, John Stones. No, I think you've got to put in Ruben Dias. There's no reason why you would drop Ruben Dias. I think you've got to also put in Guardiola, etc. I know these players are tired, etc. Played a lot of games, but I think we've got to keep the same. O'Reilly, so keep the same back line. Gonzalez, Reinders, Cherky, Foden, Doku and Haaland. I'd rather have that. So I'd rather have that as a up front. Cherky, Gonzalez, Reinders, Cherky, Foden, Doku and Haaland. I'll have that. Premier League form. Sunderland. Now they've won 3, drew on 2, lost 1. So they draw a lot of games. And I think if you were a betting man, etc., you could put a bet on a draw. So, for instance, and you wouldn't be too far wrong. I think. Man City is Premier League form. 1-4, drew 2. Lost 2. So for instance, it's going to be a tough game. It really is. Again, for instance, I see Man City winning the game. Man City look like to claim their 10th Premier League victory of the season when they welcome Sunderland. 3-2. Anyway, we could talk about that. But the stats saying it could be a draw. Right, it looks like it could be a draw, but I think Man City have the quality. We'll be going for the game, so they're not going to take the game lightly. I know we got Madrid next week. Now, I think, for instance, again, as long as we beat Galatasaray and we beat, for instance, Bodo Glimt, that will leave us on 16 points for the Champions League. That should be enough, I think, to get top 8. To get anything in Madrid, Madrid's not fantastic at the moment, so get anything in Madrid, etc. We could get a point out of Madrid, etc. And that will leave us to 17 points and make up for the Leverkusen game. So I think between the 2 games, etc. I don't think Pep. I think I'd be very surprised. I'd be kicking myself if he drops a lot of players or just a lot of changing around. He's got to keep the same squad, and we've got to play the I don't mind bringing in Turkey. I don't mind bringing whatever. Keep the back line. Maybe Cousinov, etc. coming on later. Ryan Ignori coming on later. To shore up things. Maybe put an extra midfielder in there. If we're winning 2-0 or something like that kind of thing, just to shore up midfield, etc. To get us over the line. To keep on the ball, keep control of the game. Because again, we're losing control to the teams. They're physical. We're going to have to be up for it. I think the City fans will be up for it. I'm worried about the fact that it appears that, for instance, especially the Tunnel Club are allowing away fans in, and then some City fan actually got his leg broken there against Leeds, etc. I think there was about 3,000 Leeds fans in the Man City area, someone was saying, but I don't know how true it is. And the Tunnel Club, I know it's all about money, but I think it should be down to football fans if it's alright saying they've got to be respectful, but you never know, they'll have a few beers, etc. But you never know. So and it could kick off, etc. You never know. I just don't like the fact that you see fans cheering in your home area. It's your home area, for instance, and I don't like it. I'm a bit concerned about that. But I think the City fans are going to be up for it. It's going to be a Saturday afternoon kick-off for 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock for me. But I do think we can get over the line. Again, this is pre-Pep Guardiola. I don't think he'll mess around with it becoming Madrid. I think we can be able to go over to Madrid, make some changes in Madrid. Who knows, etc. For instance, again, who we got next week? Who we got coming up? For instance, we got to think about the next game. So after Madrid. By the way, the ladies are back in fashion this week, etc. They're in action, not fashion, action. They are playing against, for instance, they're playing against, oh no. God, I had it. Was going to playing away, I believe. So for instance, but they're back. So we got Crystal Palace at home away on the 14th of December. So again. Yeah, can't be messing around. Ladies have got Leicester away. So Leicester on Sunday. So, but I'll do I'll chat about the ladies' game as well when I hear from the manager, Andre. But welcome back to the ladies. But I do believe, for instance, we can't take any game lightly, really. So, but we've got to go in and we put ourselves in a great position right now, regardless of the goals conceded. We're still 5 points behind Arsenal. They've got to play again. We've got to keep the pressure on Arsenal, I think, and then go to Real Madrid and maybe either sack it off, and see if we can get a point out of Madrid. And then definitely focus on the next 2 games. Bodo Glimt and Galatasaray. We should be winning. So we'll see what we can do. But I'm confident. I said the money's on a draw. Let's go the way they are, but they're not prime. Like Arsenal, they're not prime. So, for instance, they are beatable, and even though they played against a poor Liverpool side, they didn't look like they were going to win. So, in any way, so for instance, they got they went 1-0 up, and they're going to be long flows. There's going to be tackles. It's going to be hard. So the physicality, I'm worried about Man City, but I do think we got the technical ability to win, and with the home fans, etc., we should be coming out with it. So I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City, possibly a 3-1 victory for Man City, conceding maybe again with the way we are at the moment. So but I still think we can get the 3 points from Sunderland. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you. I'll talk to you tomorrow after tomorrow morning, etc. After what Pep's had a chat tomorrow. So, for instance, today, Friday, I said it's only 1 o'clock here in Thailand, PM. So, but I'll speak to you tomorrow and listen to what Pep's got to say, and let's see if you see what we can get from Sunderland. See if we can continue our fantastic winning streak at the moment. So yeah, hey, we're winning. I know we're conceding, but we're winning. We're unlike Chelsea, whatever. We're winning, and we got to show respect to Sunderland. And guys, I'm gonna leave you 2 minutes time from Thailand. Like and subscribe. I'll speak to you tomorrow.